meetings, and here's a nugget right out of John McClain's Twitter feed, the Hall of Famer himself, who joins us tomorrow. Tillman Fertitta's $5.5 billion offer for the Commanders has been passed by two groups that have bid $6 billion to buy the Commanders from Daniel Snyder and his ownership. Here's what is it? The Canadian billionaire Steve Apostolopoulos has tendered $6 billion fully funded. And the other group was led by Josh Harris, whose name has been brought up for quite some time, that might include Magic Johnson among some others. I think even RG3 and other athletes are involved in that one. So what happens next, Paul?
I think the Canadian guy gets it. But yeah, so $6 billion is the going rate, and those are the two bids that the league will iron out. The funniest line about this was from Mike McDaniel today, because he used to work there back in the day, and they asked him about the price for the Commanders, and he said, it's worth that much money and they wouldn't give me free coffee.
I saw that.
So kind of shows you what's been going on there for a very long time in Washington. So $6 billion, and then over the next, the coming months, they'll figure out who they want to be the new owner of that team. For the team's sake, I mean, I'm talking about football personnel and everybody else. I would hope it would be before the draft. I don't think that's going to happen because that's only like
a month away.
It's a month away, so I don't think it gets done that fast and enough time to where the owner will say, well, this is how I want our team built. So plus, if you're Ron Rivera and Martin Mayhew and the people who are in charge right now, like, you better have a darn good season next year or you're all going to be gone, because this is a new ownership group that is, I mean, there's not going to be a lot of people left in the building.
No. And you wonder, is it still not possible for Jeff Bezos to come in with a different, I
don't think that the NFL wants Jeff Bezos involved in this, because it's a gigantic conflict of interest. Like, what other owner has a deal with all the other owners that they give him money?
Was that the case with Jack Kent Cook? Didn't he own part of the LA Times or something like that?
Yeah, but I mean, like but I mean, when you're talking about Amazon has a, how many $1 billion a year, there's a huge that's a bit of a conflict of interest there. And yeah, I don't think that they really want to get involved in that. And then especially if, say Jerry pisses Jeff Bezos off one day. I mean, I'm just giving that as a hypothetical. Or Arthur Blank gets mad at him. Well, now he can be like, well, I don't want your games anymore.
He's hurting himself.
Well, the
NFL contract with Amazon or even Fox, that's a 32-man decision. It's not a Jeff Bezos decision.
But here's the thing. He can do a lot of things for spite and not hurt himself financially.
That's what they're getting rid of right now with Daniel Snyder. So okay. All right.
I mean, I don't know if he's
Garrett,
like that. Well,
I'm a lifelong Washington fan. Garrett, I know you are. Craig was basically all but forced to. I've been sick of just how bad they've been, how inept they are, how poorly run, all the crap. Just the fact that it's getting closer is exciting in any way?
It will be when it's over. Once Daniel Snyder's ass hits the door, then that'll be a good day. Don't like the guy. Don't like the way that they've been run under him for the majority of the time. Don't like a lot about the franchise at the moment. So, yeah, that will be a great day, I think, for a lot of Washington fans whenever somebody else takes the torch and starts this new era. So, yeah, I'll be more invested. I don't think there's anybody involved where, like, if they got it, I'm like, oh, never mind. I'm not going to care any. I think anybody is better than Daniel Snyder at this point. So it's going to be a great day as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully it, reignites a bit more of a passion, but that would all, go hand in hand with winning. That would be the ticket to really reigniting that passion.
I mean, I'm excited too. I think where you're at, where no owners would bother you, I don't want Bezos near it. I don't trust that man.
Fair enough, yeah.
Like anybody else that gets it, I think it's fine. I think the amount's kind of disgusting that we're throwing $6 billion out for an organization. But other than that, if you get rid of Snyder, I'm happy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So they'll have that again. I think there's another owners meetings right before the draft, perhaps. Yeah. And the draft, of course, is about a month away.
And here's what you have to be concerned with Bezos is that he has his fingers in so many pots. Is he going to be as invested in an NFL owner, or is this just something else that is
another toy?
Is giving him money because they're like, all right, we have the owners' meetings on April 10th. He's like, I'm in space that day, so how about another day? You know, like all these weird things that he does. I just think that it's not necessarily a fit. I think the NFL floated out Jeff Bezos' name so that other billionaires are like, no, I'll get it. I don't want Bezos getting this, because there is a lot of, dong measuring that goes on in that world.
By the way, do you know what Snyder paid to take the Redskins, back then known as the Redskins, and Jack Kent Cooke? $800 million. And that was then a record price, and now someone's about to give him $6 billion for that franchise, 7-8 times, almost 7 to 8 times the value of what he bought it for from the beginning.
I think that's just the NFL's value. And yeah, Washington too, to an extent, but they need a new stadium. They have a lot of things to iron out. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know of a story where a person didn't buy a franchise in the early 2000s and still has it, and it's not worth billions of dollars or not worth significantly more. I think that's just evolution, inflation, popularity, all of that. But yeah, it's a great payday for him. It was a huge investment, and that investment's going to pay off whether he's deserving of it or not.
And still had to make shady loans.
Yeah, that's true.